Cartoons behind closed eyes. Yo, what's going on? It's someone that's someone, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by ReverbVibes. When this happened, February 2020, the drugs used, Δ9THC, alcohol, and nicotine, at a dose of 4 hits off a wax pen, the route administration, orally and smoked, gender, male, and the setting, at a friend's house with 3 friends. Alright, so today we have a pretty interesting report, mainly because it isn't something that I hear being reported or talked of that often. But with today's report, ReverbVibes describes seeing a variety of hallucinations from being on this combination, specifically how THC brought it up. He describes hallucinations that seem to be reminiscent of the Akashic records in the beginning, while it slowly then turns into a cartoon line behind his eyelids. Commonly, most people won't really have this happen, or at least very strongly. Personally, I have noticed something similar myself throughout my time smoking cannabis, especially with closed eyes, but most of the time I would have to focus on this. Here it seems ReverbVibes got to a point where it just sort of happened, which I'm sure the alcohol and the nicotine had a heavy influence towards this. The way he describes it is kind of like a semi-trip, and it ended up being pretty active for him. He even ends up having an open eye visual. But this isn't the first report trippy effects have been noted with cannabis. Not too long ago, we covered a report that seemed like a salvia or DMT trip, which does seem really extreme, but it does kind of make sense that some people experience things like this, as cannabis is considered mildly psychedelic. Either way, ReverbVibes was looking for others to relate to, so if you find you have similar effects to this report, feel free to share. I'm sure you'll enjoy this, so without further ado, let's dive right into it. I haven't seen many cannabis stories on the channel, so I thought I'd share. This is a recent experience that I had around a week prior to writing this. I took around 4 hits of a wax pen, and before taking the hits, I was feeling pretty drunk and buzzed from the alk and the nic. About 10 minutes after hitting the pen, I was in what I like to describe as the web. It's an interconnected web, but of feelings and memories, and I could see it. I can see my memories and emotions as colors and visualizations, but usually as just in flashes. But this web didn't have me feeling emotions, but seeing them. I saw red, which is love, and green, which is content. I saw so many colors interconnected with cartoons, symbols, but I saw it in my mind, not with my eyes. It's like when you think of what someone looks like. The picture flashes and then it's gone, but this web was a constant in my third eye. Whenever I closed my eyes, I saw it. And another thing I would like to describe is weed cartoons. Weed changes my vision in which people look more like cartoons. Like the rough edges of your vision have been sanded to a perfect smoothness, like a more peaceful look and a cartoony one. An effect that always happens is when I look at a person in this state and then close my eyes. I see a small version of them, almost like a caricature. I would look at my friend and then close my eyes and see a small cartoon version of them, sometimes with a cartoon version of me as well. And when I closed my eyes, I saw so many of these cartoons intertwined in the web, but below the web was 2 cartoon hands, like Mickey Mouse's gloves. One was to the bottom left in the darkness of my closed eyes, and the other was on the right. Whenever I would move my hand, the cartoon hand would mimic it, either the left or the right. So my friends were freestyling, and I would move my fingers, like make a thumbs up and count down from 5. And the cartoon hand would mimic it. Living in my head in absolute psychoactive bliss would be the only way to summarize it. It was so happy and fun. I was doing many dances and movements, and the gloves would always mimic it perfectly. Another occurrence of this was the cartoon people in my third eye meshed with my vision, like how you can imagine something with your eyes open, only this time they didn't flash away. They were meshed with my vision. So it could be described as an open-eyed hallucination, only I didn't perceive it as real. I knew it was a protection on my conscience. As I was walking down the stairs, I saw my friend as a green elf cartoon meshed with my vision of the stairs. It was trippy because he was just there, along with green geometrical patterns merged with my normal vision. I went about having more fun with my friends and goofing off, and had more laughs. However, when I began to chill out and close my eyes, I saw what seemed to be Street Fighter 2 gameplay, like having a live stream, but in my head. I also had auditory hallucinations of a very sped up voice saying,
"You're not real. The space is everything."
I don't know if other people had these trippy of effects off cannabis or not, but I can say things get crazy for me. The trippy effects slowly died down before I went to bed, and were gone the next morning. Love this channel, and I'd love to see if other people have similar effects.